Good morning. There was a department in the 3rd London General Hospital that was called by those who frequented it the Tin Nose Shop. And the Tin Nose Shop was a place where doctors worked with artists to reconstruct the faces of veterans, of soldiers whose faces were destroyed during World War I. They became very proficient at this, using photographs of the gentlemen before the war and reconstructed the features of their face down to the eyelashes and the flecks of color in their eyes. It allowed these individuals to go on to lead a life that was as normal as possible, that otherwise never would have been a reality given their huge disfigurement. Years later, we have heard about complete facial transplants, people who undergo these surgeries in order to have as much of a human normal life as possible, due to accidents, due to fires, through the reconstruction, through this complete laying on of another person's face, they're able to go forward with their life. And yet we know that as unique as our faces, even perhaps the most personal thing about us besides our DNA, we know that that is not all there is to who we are. That the essence of who we are does not lie on the external, but lies within. It's our spirit. That spirit animates the external, and it's by that animation that we get to know one another's spirit that we cannot see. I remember as a child tracing the face of my grandmother with my eyes and looking at her crow's feet there tucked at the corner of her eyes. An external example of what an internal spirit she possessed. Someone who knew how to laugh and how to smile. I tell you, I immediately went outside and started working on my own set. As amazing as this inner spirit is, this eternal gift that we know, this essence of who we are, never dies. It's an eternal gift that's been given to us. And unique as it is, it often has us feeling like we're the only one. We feel lonely at times because that spirit being so unique. And yet we know that this spirit is not just ours. We didn't concoct it. We didn't create it. It was given to us at birth as a gift from someone else. A reflection, an extension of the spirit of the divine. This divine, eternal spirit that dwells within us is the way that the divine animates the world. Through you, suffering people draw strength and are able to go forward. Through you, those who are disabled or disfigured or deeply depressed find reasons to go on. Through your light, darkness is dispelled. With this gift, this spirit that is the reflection of the divine within us, comes a responsibility to continue to do God's work in the world. To be that presence far beyond our own likes and dislikes, beyond the energy that we possess on our own. God's spirit will continue to animate our spirit. And hopefully through that animation, we bring the love of God, the changing, transfiguring love of the divine into a world that desperately needs to know that they are precious, that they are good, and not just based on the external, but that love of God goes deep, deep within. Let's continue to do good work with this animated divine spirit within us,